talk to the people. We were having like such a good conversation, right? Right, Booba? Yes.
Gotta keep pacing this road through the ups and the downs like a coaster. Feeling my heart turning cold. Just know that my past even colder. Promise I'm never gon' fold. Got all of this weight on my shoulder. Y'all say stick to the code. Pray, taking the wheel like a chauffeur. Never coming in last. Been padding my stats, so working when nobody noticed me. Not chasing they fast and giving the pass, cause nothing I had no was giving me. I'm up and they mad, they throwing they jabs. I'm bobbing like nobody touching me. I'm up and they mad, they throwing they jabs. I'm bobbing like nobody touching me. Promise I'm breaking the mold. Don't know what they taking me for. They cop they grinding, been moving in silence. I feel like my time getting close. Not an actor but playing my role. With my grinding then dipped it in gold. Now watching these visions unfold. In the kitchen been cooking like stove. I went in the prison walls to find my soul. Waiting on mail call, eating swole. They got a judge to send me home. Got word of my uncle dying on the phone. Been down on my last, scrambling for change. Barely surviving off minimum wage. Now seeing the fruits of the moves that I made. 12 blessing the block, had to switch it to play. Some of my homies are doing the same things. Yeah, separated myself, but still in the same place. Yeah, Holy Spirit in me might been what I can't break. Yeah, taking care of the temple elementals, the mandate. Yeah, but come look at me now. That way the provider was shaping the diamonds, still wondering how. Was riding the fences, still playing the field. Now back in the field with my hand on the plow. Building the somethings we all that we got. Investing my dollars in black like it's stacks. From picking they cotton, the cream of the crop. How they had that complexion, but what we got? I can't change who I am, they can like it. And I know more nursery rhymes for they sickery dies. Not the diamond they labels, I'm still in the block. Now the Bible inside, I'm just living it out. Only real ones around me, they know what I'm about. Live to the fullest, keep family first. Two girls and I'm raising the son in the works. I'm the black father, I'm breaking that curse. Gotta keep pacing this road through the ups and the downs like a coaster. Feeling my heart turning cold. Just know that my past even colder. Promise I'm never gon' fold. Got all of this weight on my shoulder. Y'all always say stick to the code. Pray, taking the wheel like a chauffeur. Never coming in last, been padding my stats, so working when nobody noticed me. Not chasing they fast and giving the pass, cause nothing I had no was giving me. I'm up and they mad, they throwing they jabs. I'm bobbing like nobody touching me. I'm up and they mad, they throwing they jabs. I'm bobbing like nobody touching me. Yeah.
That's a good idea, baby. That's a good idea, Booba.
What you just heard and who you just heard is Shadee Gilliam, my man, 100 grand.
Yeah,
What's
man.
going on, bruh?
What's up, man? Through all the stumbles, I'm here.
Do all this, hey, look, the trials, the stumbles, the tribulations, whatever we did, we got here. We definitely gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying?
Get into it.
Yeah,
It's
man.
something
so
to
them, more than any other track that they've done, and not a track that's sold a lot. No, a track that's very meaningful. And you chose Mandate.
Yeah.
So let's dive into that track and let the people know exactly what's that track about. Why did you choose that track?
Yeah, definitely. So, Mandate is one of the tracks on my upcoming album that I'm releasing on the 21st called Hindsight. Very personal track. It's actually one of those kind of tracks for me where I've been kind of getting a lot of stuff on my chest. When I started my my clothing brand, had a lot of naysayers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people
Of course.
a lot of people support it, but I had an opposite end of that. A lot of people, wasn't really trying to see me do well with it. So it's kind of like the mandate for me is like, listen, stick to the code, head down, grind hard, take care of family, the rest will follow. So throughout the track, you get all of that. So like, even when I say stuff like, investing my dollars in black like it's stock, you know what I'm saying, is investing it back into me, back into my people, you know what I'm saying, into us. So that's for me, that's the mandate, you know what I'm saying, that's the code for me.
That's the code.
Yeah, that's the code.
Okay, so who at the I gotta ask. So who is Shadee? Because you chose to basically name yourself after yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of artists, they have personas like me. I'm E. Jones, and then there's Eric.
Yeah.
You chose to go pretty much your regular name route. Was that? Well, you want to dive into that a little bit?
So actually, when I actually started first rapping, I went by the alias Nice. right? So
Nice.
yeah, so
Nice.
NYSE.
Nice.
It was listen. That's back in early 2000s. You know what I'm
Early
saying?
2000, MySpace.
Listen, Life Jen is my favorite artist.
Shout out Life, man.
Listen, he spelled his name Lyfe. I said, oh, that's dope. Let
Yeah,
me
that's
put
different.
nice with the Y. So I used to do NYSC.
Okay.
But
Different.
then yeah, but everybody kind of knew me as that. You know what I'm saying? Before I kind of transitioned. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get into that part of the story. But Nice is kind of like the old me. I like to refer to him as the old me. You know what I'm saying? So Shad Gill is just my true self. My full name is Shadee Gilliam. I just cut off the end of it. They're like Shad
Okay,
Gill.
stop right there.
Yeah.
Let's stop right there. Let's rewind. Shadee.
Yeah.
Shadee.
Mm-hmm.
Your name is Shadee. now, see, I
Listen,
won't go
man.
say nothing yet.
Listen, man.
But no. This is Who Are You Really? We gonna talk about everything. Shadee. Now, growing up elementary,
Listen,
you know what I
man.
mean? No,
yes,
I gotta
yes.
ask you a question.
Whatever
I
you about
gotta
to
ask you a
say,
question.
whatever you about to say, yes, hell yes.
Okay, but
yes.
I gotta ask you for the people because they don't know you. So growing up as your mother named you, and we're gonna get into the name because our mothers, we love our mothers. So it's no. When our mothers name us, it's a certain name. It's meaningful to them. So it's a meaning to your mother why she named you that. So it is what it is. But when you was growing up elementary,
Yeah.
how did you react to that? You know,
I fought a lot.
did you
Yeah, I grew up fighting, man.
really?
Yeah, I fought a lot. I had a big head. I was skinny.
And
I had
and
older
had a girl name.
sisters. I had older sisters, and I had a girl name. I knew a lot of female Sadees, and they all spelled it Sade. My mom wanted to spell mine Shadee.
Different, but that's
with
like a
the
boy
accent.
though. But listen, the way it's spelled, it's like it looks boyish.
But when you hear it,
yeah,
you think that's a female.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I got picked on a lot because of my name. I fought a lot. I can't listen. I love it now. Like I love my name now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't know any other male Sadees.
I don't know none.
I don't know no male
I
Sadees.
don't know any mother that took that step to be like, you know what? I'm naming my son Shadee.
Yeah, and it's fitting. Like,
It is fitting though. It fits you. It fit who you are.
Yeah.
And the way you chopped it was dope.
mm-hmm.
You just, you know what I mean? You went
so-
Shad.
yeah,
That was dope.
So everybody be like Shad. I'm like, if you know my name is Shadee. So just take the day off of it and Shad.
But really, I ain't gonna lie to you. You could probably had that as your regular name, like your artist name.
Yeah.
Like no BS.
I know. Facts. Nah. I'm cool on that.
Nah. I'm just
cool
lighting
on
gas
that.
on the
Yeah,
gasoline.
I'm cool on that.
No, I'm lying.
Listen, but
Don't
now
be
I
mad.
get the Shad Mars jokes, right? It's like, oh, Shad Mars, Lil Bow Wow. Like, nah, dog, Shad Gill. You go get the
Yeah,
names
because it is
stuff.
Shad Moss.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So let's talk. Okay, so we are both dipped, as you
Yeah.
can see. I mean, the visuals, you'll see the visuals. People that listen on Apple, Spotify, on the audio, y'all can't really see us right now. But right now, there's a lot of apparel going on right now.
Yeah.
Far as on the stand here we got on stage and on our bodies. Yeah. So we're gonna dive right into what am I wearing? What is this apparel? What is the name of this apparel, and what is the meaning behind this
So
apparel?
let me get into what you're wearing, man. You wear some exclusive stuff right now, dog.
Well, you know, I mean,
Look, you looking.
I make
good.
it look good. I mean, you know,
look,
I
you know what I'm saying?
look good, baby.
I don't gotta say
thank you.
pause because you know we here, but you looking good. What you got
Hey,
on,
man,
bro?
you know, I mean, I
You know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
it, bro. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
definitely.
I'm trying to
So
really.
what you got on is that 777 brand. You know what I'm saying? That's my brand. I started that brand. It comes from my personal story. You know, a lot of my story, we can get into a detail however you want to do it, but just a very quick snippet. My story was back in 2009, I served 777 days incarcerated. During that time, I used that time to better myself. I went in there very arrogant, naive, in the streets, trying to be something that I wasn't, selling drugs, got caught up in the drug game, you know what I'm saying? And I went in there and I realized when I got in there, man, I got to make some changes. You know, I had a 2-year-old that I left out here, got family I left out here, had a bunch of dreams and ambitions that I wasn't going to see happen on the road that I was going. So I was like, man, I want to better myself. So I used that time, man, to connect with my higher power, to really start bettering myself, start doing stuff that I've never done before, like reading books and all kind of stuff that I was doing, engaging myself in like classes, taking classes, college classes when I went down the road, all that stuff that I was doing. And I came out, what I would feel like that time before I came out, the person that I came out as was birthed behind the wall. You know what I'm saying? That's 777 days. So I honor that time because that time was a transition for me. And the road I was headed down, I could have been either recidivism, back into the criminal justice system, or I was gonna be in the grave. You know what I'm saying? So I honor that time because so I feel like God really did a work in my life, and I was able to come out here back in the community, a more productive, a more focused, a more driven and purposeful individual. And so my brand, when I started thinking about doing something, I actually dropped the album back in 2015. My first album I dropped was titled 777, and the logo you see
Yeah.
was the logo we came up with for the album. So, just doing album stuff, I created some t-shirts, did some merch for the album. But after the album was selling, what I'm saying, the album sales started slowing down and I started having some merch sitting around.
And it's time to get it going.
That's where I saw I said, okay, well, 777 isn't just my album. That's my life story.
Yeah.
So, when COVID hit and, we started getting those stimuluses.
Time to make it work. Don't spend the stimulus.
Listen.
Come on, man.
Listen, man. I can say a lot about COVID, but I do say when Trump signed off them stimuluses, my first stimulus, I invested into my brand, and it's history from there.
Invest in yourself.
Invest in myself.
So, 777. We already know. For those who don't know, 777 is a lucky number.
Yeah.
It's so. When you was behind the wall, when you was in
Yeah.
prison, you must felt lucky.
Yeah.
To come out to feel, I mean, of course we feel like because we're out, but in there, because this was basically originated behind the wall, but
Yeah.
basically in prison.
Yeah.
So what was your thought process of feeling like 777? Like I'm feeling lucky because most people in that in that predicament is not feeling 777, maybe 666.
So it's kind of crazy how it all comes together, right? Because the album I'm releasing on Sunday, on the 21st, is called Hindsight. And 777 came from like a hindsight moment, right? I was working on an album. I didn't have a name for it. And it's something, and I really believe like God was like, bro, like tell your story. So when I thought about it, I was like, oh, it'd be dope to kind of like, I said, hold up, how many days I actually doing? I wanted to know how many days that I did in jail. So I calculated the time. And when it was 777, I was stuck. I was like, and then I just had like an aha moment, right? So like I'm a very strong believer in divinity, you know what I'm saying, and higher power and God. I proclaim myself as a believer, you know what I'm saying. So the 777, when it flipped and I saw that, I was like, oh man, I got it. Whatever I do, my first album that I do is gonna be 777. You know what I'm saying? I'm dedicating the first of whatever I do to that time because I wouldn't be the person I was if it wasn't for that time, And I'm not glorifying that time. I'm glorifying the transition and the transformation in my life that happened during that time, right? So all that to say, when it hit me, when the number hit me, I was like, oh man, I did 777 days locked up. Oh yeah. I got to figure out how to do this. So it started hitting me. I started playing with the numbers. I like numbers, and I like symbolism, and I like characters. So when I hit the SVN, it's kind of crazy because it's 777, but it's 3 ways to spell 7. So it's 3 sevens, 3 ways to spell it. So I got the SVN, the number 7, the Norman Rubel 7, and it's 7 characters in total. Right. So
that was dope.
Yeah.
How that came about.
That's how I kind of broke it down, and I feel like it's something that people like. I feel like it's quality.
Yeah, it's a dope brand, man. It's really dope. I really love the movement. I mean, I don't like a lot of movements.
Yeah.
But this is one. This in Vinegar Hill is like definitely my movements in the Ville. I'm gonna be supporting a lot more
definitely
than I have been.
Definitely.
But definitely, the movement is big, bro. The movement is definitely big. So. Was it was basically all you? I mean, because sometimes when you're in prison, you kind of you gain friends.
Yeah.
And friends, y'all ping pong off each other. So it wasn't none of that. It was just kind of all you.
It was all me. Like a lot of the dudes that I did time with, was dudes I knew from the street. A lot of them was kind of supporting. They rock with the new me. I was the dude walking around with the Bible in his hand.
Okay.
And I wasn't getting into all this stupid stuff. Like when dudes out there playing poker and all that stuff, I was not trying to. I literally had the Bible in my hand. I would be at the table Bible, playing chess Bible. I was that guy because I really was serious about my relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? So the idea, and when I started, actually, I went in there, and a lot of people know, like, okay, well, that's nice. They knew me by nice. They knew me by either by D or nice, right? So when they would ask me to rap, they thought you was going to hear some old nice stuff. But the whole time I've been writing like some Christian content,
We gonna get
and
on that.
I never heard Christian content before, right?
We're gonna, yeah.
Only thing I knew from Christian was Kurt Franklin and Fred Hammond.
And they wasn't doing what you were doing.
Then they wasn't doing what I was doing. I didn't know Christian rap was a thing.
What's his name?
That does it right now.
Yeah, the
Lecrae?
Lecrae.
Yeah,
Dope.
I never heard of Lecrae.
Really?
I never heard of anybody. Bro, I
My daughter
wasn't
turned me on
tapped
to
into
him.
that scene. I wasn't trying to go to church when I was.
I mean, but he
was
was kind of like
he was more mainstream.
Yeah,
he was more
that's what I
mainstream,
say.
but I had no idea who he was. And this is back in 2009. And now I know the history of Lecrae. He didn't really start popping until
Yeah, he didn't stop
2011.
popping, and that's usually how it go. So basically, let's piggyback on that. So usually when people see you, they see your brand,
Yeah.
they hear that you are a rapper,
Yeah.
they immediately think, okay, and you did time.
Yeah.
So immediately,
Yeah.
once you hit the stage, they ready for some.
Yeah,
they
they
ready
ready
for a
for
certain
something.
demographic of music.
Yeah.
So when they hear it,
Yeah.
what's usually the response, and how do you react to that? You know what I mean?
So I think I've hit a space in the subgenre of hip hop, right, where it's like when people hear my content, I got a lot of homeboys. A lot of the people that I'm around aren't church people. I want to be clear. Like a lot of people that I call like close friends aren't church people. I got a lot of homeboys that I had when I was back in the day. The only difference is, like I said in my raps, you know what I'm saying? I said some of my homies are doing the same thing. I separated myself, but I'm still in the same place, right? I separated myself means like I don't do the stuff that they do no more, even though I'm still there, because I feel like that's where I'm called to be, right? People need to see a representation of God or Christianity outside of what they've known, traditional Baptist church or whatever, right? People think when you hear Christian, they might think judgmental. You know what I'm saying? They go judge me. They think they better than me. Churchy. They always amen, brother, or whatever they do. I'm like, bro, that's not me. I'm shot, right? Only difference is I have a relationship with God. I'm not about all the other stuff. I call it nonsense, dog. I'm not about the traditionalisms and stuff like that. Like I thrive on my relationship with God more than the traditions of man. Right? So a lot of people want to say that, you're spiritual. People want to label everything. Dog, I have a relationship with God. Call it what you want to call it. I do not have a relationship with God, right? So my compass is his word, right? How I move about that is a lot of freedom in that for me, right? So I don't worry about what people think or how people project
You're
or how
liberated.
people label. I'm liberated. I don't think like that. And I had to go through a phase where I had to kind of get free from the judgment of Christians, because they see me like, you're not.
It's a double-edged sword.
It's a double-edged sword.
You're in the middle of
Yeah.
trying to not necessarily please two parties, but
Yeah.
So that's pretty deep, man. That's pretty deep.
It's a hard place to kind of navigate through. But I think the biggest thing is being secure in who you are.
Of course.
Right? People can think whatever. I can't please everybody. My music is not going to please everybody. My brand is not going to please
Exactly.
everybody. But if I'm wholeheartedly committed to this and I know what it's about, I know what it stands for, I know what I stand for. When people know me, they know I move integrity. They know I'm fair. They know that I'm willing to talk about stuff. I'm willing to have hard conversations, and we can build from there, So that's how I kind of look at it, and I wrap all of that in love, because to me, God is love, right? So when I say I'm a Christian, I'm just a person trying to walk this life in love. I try to show love to everybody I'm in contact with. I don't care who you are, what your social status is. I show love, dog. Like, it ain't about that. It ain't about, I don't play favorites. I don't play, such and such popular, so I'm with them, or I ain't gonna talk to them because, nah, dog, I won't have an issue with you, dog. It's all love. I got love in every hood in Charlottesville. I've never had no issues with dudes like that. You know what I'm saying? Outside of like just how we grew up, we Garrett or whatever. It's that type of stuff. Okay, whatever. But as adults, there's a lot of dudes that I was fighting from other hoods that I got cool with just by working, because we was like, dog, that's old stuff, dog. And so my thing is just showing love, man. So I try to show love. Man. And I feel like people gonna know. I live by the scripture, like when God says, like, he didn't say like people are gonna know you by how much Bible you quote. People are gonna know you by how much you go to church. He said people are gonna know you by your love. People are gonna know your mind by the love you show. So I try to hone in on that.
You do show mad love, man,
Yeah.
definitely. So writing, rapping, Christian, is that, I'm not gonna say is that difficult for you because obviously it's not.
Yeah.
But can it be a little challenging sometimes because you kind of like, I kind of want to say that. Or do you ever get that?
I mean, I think I've been doing it for so long
Okay.
now that I kind of work through those kinks. For real, it's like this. I write freely,
Okay.
right? If I want to say nigga in my raps, I say nigga in my raps. If I say hell or damn, I say hell or damn because it's about the soul. It's about connecting with a person's heart, right? And if whatever I'm going through and if whatever I'm trying to project on that track is something emotional, I'm going to tap into that part of me, and whatever comes out, and I'm okay with that, right? I'm just not one. I do hold boundaries. I'm not one. I don't glorify, downing women. I don't glorify drugs. So if I might talk about a story or briefly have a bar about something I've done in the past to bring it relevant in my song, I'll do that. But I'm not out here projecting certain things in my music intentionally because the youth is listening, dog.
Oh yeah, they sponges, bro.
Youth is listening. I got
sponges.
2 young ones.
Yeah.
I got a 16-year-old and a 20-month-year-old. Well, 20-month-old, not year-old, but 20-month-old.
Yeah.
So I always want to listen to
Shout out
stuff
to the fam too.
and play. Thank you, bro.
And Brit Brat. Shout out to Brit Brat, man. Little theater, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
shout out to the fam.
Y'all
man.
need to
Love
get her
the fam.
back in theater, dog.
Hey, you see, man, Anna's getting it.
Yeah.
She out there in LA. She trying to get me out there, man. But yeah, man. So we got 777.
Yeah.
We got gospel rapping.
Yeah.
We got a prison stint.
Yeah.
All that combined in one. What type of man are you today that obviously you wasn't before all of this, those 3 influential things that happened in your life happened? What type of man are you now that you can say, I am this type of man now than I was 10 years ago? Back in 2000? Well, yeah, 10 years ago.
I use progressing a lot, dog. Like, I don't hang my head on perfection. I hang my head on progression. Like, I'm a coach, and I tell my kids all the time, like, they want to do things like perfect. I'm like, bro, you're gonna make mistakes. You're going to mess up. You're just learning this play. You're not gonna get it right. Like, it's gonna take us some time. Just keep working at it. Pay attention to the details, and work on the things you see that you need to work on. And that's how I do my life, right? I pay attention to the details, things about myself as I'm growing that might have served me when I was 24, don't serve me now at 36, right? So certain things I don't do no more, right? I look at the way I communicate to my wife when I'm frustrated. If I'm frustrated and she ain't feeling how I'm frustrated and she's telling me like, bro, will you say this or how you project this? I ain't feeling it. I have to go back and internalize that, hear her out. I'm like, okay, well, I need to start moving. I have to start doing that differently then because my duty is to serve her, So I got to figure out how to be frustrated in a way that's productive and not destructive, right? So, people like complete transparency, dog. I still cuss sometimes, right? So it's like, and listen. That's not. I'm using something. Listen, to me, that's nothing, right?
Okay. Yeah, to me, 'cause that
nothing.
bothers
Listen.
me a
To me,
lot.
that's nothing, right? But I'm just saying, for me, I don't like vulgarity. Right.
Okay. All right.
So I'm talking about me personally.
Okay.
So in me not liking vulgarity, like of course in movies, is like even my music, dog. I listen to clean versions. I'm listening to something outside of Christian rap.
Gotcha.
Right. So one, because my daughters are around.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Just two, just too much of it gets to me. I'm an artist, so that influences my pen. Right. So I'm like, I like clean stuff. So I'm like, if I'm cursing, I have to internalize and be like, okay, bro, I feel like I'm really cognizant of myself and really conscientious in like what I project and how my energy or whatever. So I'm constantly assessing myself, bro, all the time, not to please nobody. Always about my relationship with God and my relationship with myself.
So your relationship with God came because, I mean, honestly, you know what I mean? Were you always in church or did it come when you went to prison? Like me, when I say that, before you answer, like when I say that, because we all grew up in church, some form of fashion when we was little. Grandma took us to church, auntie, or somebody, you going to church today. You going to Sunday school, you going to church. At Easter, you ain't got to go to church all damn year. Easter, you bring your ass to church.
Easter and Christmas,
you bring your ass to church. So, I get that, but did God really come to you after the prison stint, or was he always kind of in and out? I mean, always in and out?
So, like, I feel like God was always there, right? Even when I wasn't consciously looking for him. Like my mom was dead in the church. Monday through Monday.
That's why I
Dead in the
asked.
church. So we was dead in the church. Growing up, we didn't have no choice. Until I became in high school and started rebelling, I was in church. If she was in church Sunday through Sunday, I was in church Sunday through Sunday, dog. It was times where I couldn't make basketball practice and stuff, or because the church was priority for my mom. And I get it, right? She had 5 kids she's raising on her own with no male figures around. And she had to figure it out for herself of how to keep us out of the street or whatever. 3 boys and 2 girls. So I get that. For me, church didn't click until I got locked up, right? I went to church. When I got older, I stopped going. I got locked up in 2009 when I did my bid that 767 was birthed out of. And I promise, bro, it was like I got locked up on a misdemeanor. I was trying to go for a bail. 3 days later, I got hit with my drug indictments. And so I'm sick. I'm sick, dog. I'm like literally like I'm working on getting out on a bail, and they hit me with indictments. And now there's no way I'm gonna get a bail because the indictments they're not giving me nothing on indictments. So the moment it's settled in on me that I'm gonna be in here until whatever is done, it's settled. I was sick. And I sat in J&D. I remember it like yesterday, bro. And I was on the phone with my sister, and I got off the phone and I said right there, I was like, "This ain't it for me, dog." I looked around, I was like, "This ain't it for me, dog." I literally went back to my bunk that night, closed my eyes, and I was like, "God, like whatever you want to do with me, do it. I need you. Save me." I was literally saying, "Save me from the situation," but it was true and it was genuine. Like I don't want to live like this no more. And it settled in because I was already going down a path where I felt like I felt like jail. I feel like jail. I already hit rock bottom before I got to jail. Jail just made me sit in my rock bottom.
And sitting in it,
You know what I'm saying? So like I was in the street, like I wasn't like everything fell apart for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like months before I even went to jail, I just had to now sit in it and like so So once I gave my life over, literally the next day I was beating down the chaplain door, you know, saying, "Tell every CEO, I need a chaplain, I need a Bible. And that's where I really got serious about it when I was locked up.
Okay. So look, this is the segment where we get a little, I like to get a little, I ask questions that, I mean, everybody, you seen the videos, you've been seeing them.
Yeah.
But first I wanna talk about something.
Yeah.
So when I put up the lineup, I got not negative feedback, but a lot of people was like, you got shot on there? Like, why shot right now? I said, why not? I mean, no, really. I mean, I reached out to a lot, but why not? I mean, you what you're doing, your story. It's not all about who is the best. To me, my show and what we're doing here is not all about who is the best rapper or whatever.
Yeah.
It's about your story. And if you have a captivating story, damn it, I want to hear it. So, and like I told you earlier, when we was at McDonald's, it's certain people that when I was at rock bottom and people didn't know I was at rock bottom.
Yeah.
Some people made it know because the post I was putting up, it was very cryptic and weird.
I didn't know.
Yeah, see, a lot of people didn't know. You know what I mean? But during that time, I was in a low spot. But people like you was still giving me encouragement. Still, you know what I mean? So that means a lot to me. So I just want to tell you that you are a very genuine human being, bro, and I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, definitely.
So definitely, I just wanted to get that out the way.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna get into it. So, what are you listening to right now?
Right now,
is it gospel? Is it rap?
yeah, it's honestly, I listen to, and it's surprising a lot of people, but I listen to a lot of like old school gospels.
Really?
Like I play Fred Hammond old stuff all the time.
Okay.
I play a lot of like old school Commission. That's just where I'm at right now in life. Like when I'm thinking about artists, rappers, I'm not really tuning in.
Okay,
Like
that's cool.
if an album drop, I'll listen to it for a little bit, kind of feel it out, and then I'm kind of good. So, but when I'm in the shower or when I'm in the car commuting, I got Fred Hammond on, bro. Like people see me singing. I'm in the car singing old school.
I mean, well, let's talk about this. See, you've been mentioning Fred a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, no Donnie?
Nah, I don't rock it.
We fall down.
Listen, I like
and we get up.
Fred is different.
Fred is very different.
Fred Penn was different back
then.
Fred Penn was different.
What about Yolanda?
I don't know, dog.
What?
I literally only listen to Fred or John P. Key.
But what is the bias with those guys?
It
Why
wasn't.
don't
It's
you
not.
give?
It's not a bias.
Okay,
right?
so what?
It's just my preference.
Okay, all right.
Let me say this. Let me say this. While I was doing my bid, about 12 months into being over ACRJ, I moved to the GK block back then, which was the God's Kingdom block. Chaplain Mountain had that on lock, because I was really serious about connecting with other believers while incarcerated. I didn't know all the politics about it or who went to certain blocks. I didn't know none of that stuff. I was naive in a sense of like, I need to get to GK because that's where my Christian brothers gonna be at. They can relate to me more. And I heard it's an open pod. You can order food. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to be in this. I'm tired of being on the east side. I'm tired of being in the pods. I wanted to go over there. So when I went over there, they allowed family members to bring music like CDs and videos in there for you. My mom came, dropped off a bunch of her old gospel CDs. And the thing that carried me through my whole bid was Tone's album and Fred Hammond's Speak Those Things album. And that Fred Hammond, I literally played that album. The moment I can get access to like the TV, because you have to kind of sign up. The moment I signed up every single day, and I played that Fred Hammond
they hated you,
by my
man.
bedside every day.
Got the TV again, man. Come on, bro. Like really, man. You know what I'm saying? No, so talking about that. So basically, in prison, because you was in prison, you as a man, but you know, what I mean, me, I'm a little smaller man in stature. You have a somewhat of some size on you. So you in prison.
Yeah.
Obviously, has anyone like tried you?
Yeah,
like,
I got
like,
tried.
You know, they
I got
tried
tried.
it.
I got
You
tried.
got tried?
Yeah,
You got in a fight?
Yeah, yeah. Listen, I was shy. I was nice for 26 years.
You was
I was
nice.
shy. I was shy for all of like 16 months.
So the Bible didn't help.
So like the Bible helped a lot of times.
Because the Bible scares some guys away. Like, you know what, this guy.
No. But I play basketball and I'm competitive. You know what I'm saying? I'm still choppy. My mouth. Yeah. Or when playing cards, I play spades a lot, dog, and I'm gonna let you hear it.
I mean, but are you a talker or are you really good at
Listen,
spades?
I'm both.
So you can, so if you got to, but no, see, this is what I asked everybody from down in the country.
Listen, dog.
You
Asmont.
Asthma. Okay, so everybody from, Fluvanna, asthma,
Listen.
Bucket, whatever, they think they are the ish.
Listen.
So, no. And what I asked him is, if you got a bad partner, can you still win?
I will win.
Okay, then if you can still make it happen, then you a hell of a spades
will
player.
win.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, I can make it happen.
Okay.
Listen, I look forward to spades more than basketball. That's how much I like spades, and I love basketball.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so like I know a couple times, I didn't get to fight in the whole 17 months I was over to jail because I was bidding with a lot of my homeboys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So wherever we was going, we was kind of holding down where we was at. So I didn't have to worry about that. But when I went down the road, both in Powhatan and in Lunenburg, I went to Lunenburg and Victoria, Virginia. I got the record out there a couple times. I got first week on the compound in Lunenburg, out there playing basketball. Nobody know me. Dudes, the moment you get out there, it's a dude's trying to get you in to come to their team to play in the league on their team. I'm out there balling. I did something. I forgot what I did, bro. But I know I scored on dude and I start chopping at him. I started running the court. I just felt wind go past my head. Like, whoo! I hit one of these numbers. Joker, I didn't know who he was, what I'm saying? He was known in there for, for what he was doing, like with his hands, and he was gang affiliated. Joker swung. I kind of like sized up with him. I looked. My homeboy, I was actually bidding with Torres, actually. Torres like, yo. I looked to the side. I saw about 3 of his homies kind of walk on the court like, you got it, dog. He clipped me like back in my head, but what I'm saying? And then, we was playing spades. Me and Torres, my homeboy Bricks, we playing spades, and another gang affiliated dude was on top of the bunk running his mouth. He was one of the dudes that I've already been tired. I was probably there 9 months now, and this dude, I was just tired of him. He was just an irritant. Nobody liked him. He was a real shady dude, and a lot of people in the pod didn't like him, but nobody wanted to ever say nothing to him. And I was about 190 then. I'm 220 now, 230 now. But I was like 190 then, and I was like, dog, Put your shoes on, dog.
Yeah, 2:30. I see you in the weight room. I gotta get in the weight room too. You know, I'm getting my protein up, but I gotta get out there.
Oh,
with
I'm
you.
down. But I was up there. I was almost 260, dog.
Oh yeah, I was up to 200 like 2 years
I was
ago.
up to 260. So I'm trying to, so I'm progressing. I'm trying to get under like 215, 210.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I got a little ways to go. But yeah, homie, I told homie to put his shoes on. We went in the shower room and got the record.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think certain people used to say stuff to me because they knew I was trying to get my life right.
Okay.
But I'm a man first too, so I'm like, there's only so much disrespect I'm gonna take. You know what I'm saying? And then when you say something, and I kind of jumped out there. You know, so I'm like, nah, nigga, you got to see me for that. And we wrecked it out, and that was it.
So what? You know, as we winding down, we talked about your mom being in church. We talked about you being in church. How did she take that stint? Like when it first happened, because obviously she didn't know.
Nah.
Her son was you know. So
Nah.
what was the conversation?
hard.
Or was there even a conversation? Did she shut you out?
I was her first child to get incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I up to that point, I probably got locked up like 2 or 3 times before. Did like 5-6 days, weekends, something like that. But this bid, my mom a rider, dog. Like, that's the only person that held me down.
No, I know she right, because that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, but like the first initial response.
Oh yeah,
that
she was
had.
broken. She was broken because what she thought about jail was, everything you see on movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, my son got to go through all of that. Like, and like I can't, no way I can help him out. Like, she's all about trying to do whatever for her kids. So she came and visited as much as she could. You know, she wasn't in a financial position to support me, but she kept me sending me letters, encouragement. I could probably every other day I got a letter from my mom, the whole bit. I got every single letter my mom wrote me to this day. You know what I'm saying? I kept them. I had, like when you locked up, you take out the saltine crackers, use the saltine box to keep your letters in. I brought all of those home. Everywhere I went, I took those with me. So to this day, I still got every single letter my mom wrote me when I did my bid.
That's what's up.
You know, sometimes I go back to read them, reflect, because she was giving me a lot of wisdom. She was giving me a lot of game. She knew I gave my life to Christ, so she was doing whatever she felt led to do to encourage me, to keep me uplifted through my whole bid.
That's what's up, man.
So she kept me spiritually sound, and I'm forever indebted to her. Not just for being my mom, but during that was really important time for me, a really serious time, and she was very instrumental in that time.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So we got the clothing line. We have a bunch of different we got an album coming out. What else is going? Because we're in the fourth quarter of 2021.
Yeah, man.
So we're about to start up a whole new year. So what can people expect from Shadee Gill in 2022? I mean, every endeavor you could think of that you got going on, whether that be helping the community or I know you talked about your coaching. Yeah. Just dive into a little bit of all that.
Yeah. So just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm fully into my my basketball season. I coach. I'm the assistant varsity coach at Covenant School. This is my 3rd year there. So we literally have a game tomorrow.
Covenant
Private School.
Private school. That's the middle school.
No, the upper school. The high school.
The high school. So you coach. So you're on the varsity team. That's big, man.
Yeah,
congratulations on that, man.
Thank you. So we're in our season. The album. We actually have a pop-up shop tomorrow. The sipping shop.
Yeah. I talked to so I saw the PR today.
Yeah.
He's I'm to get
Dream Able United. Shout out to Dream Able United. So we at the pop-up shop. I actually got a show December 3rd. Up in Manassas, and I'm really trying to stay active in every area, man, because for so long, life was just happening, man, and I didn't have the energy, I didn't have the mental capacity to do the things that I'm doing right now, right? But as I'm doing this, as I'm serving people, man, I feel like I'm just rejuvenated. I have, like, every morning I wake up, and it's like I got more energy and I got more in me, and I go home, the moment I sit down in the tire, I might pass out. But when I wake up, I know that I'm alive and breathing to be a blessing to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So however that looks, so whatever that looks like, so I try to be open to that and, just be led by God, man, and just do whatever he's leading me to do.
Dope. So, before we end the show, what can you tell a person that's been through everything that you've been through, then kind of been through the walks of life of prison, but not yet reached the pinnacle of kind of your success in your clothing line and et cetera, but still are kind of trying to find a way? What would you say to that person?
Yeah, man. I was that person, dog. Like, and I feel like in many ways I'm still that person. There's
Yeah.
a lot. There's still a lot of subcompartments in my life that I still gotta mature to the person I want to be in the present. So to that person, man, I would just say, continue to strive for that mark, whatever that mark is. Everybody knows what's the best version of themselves, right? If you could stop right now, and reflect, like, what is the best version of Eric, right? Whatever that is, that's the work you need to do, right? Whatever comes to your mind first, that's where you need to address, right? So, like, that's how I kind of look at my life. Like, when I look at, like, how can I be better? Whatever I'm starting to think, whatever God put in my heart, or whatever you want to call it, I look at that and I look at, okay, boom, in this area I'm slacking here. I can do better here. It's time to do better here, right? For so long, man, and a reason why I share a lot about my fitness journey or my weight loss journey now is because for so long, man, like, I was depressed, bro. Like, 2016 was really
Depression is
big
real.
for my life because me and my wife separated for 8 months.
Yeah.
Right? I thought my marriage was over. Once we reconciled our marriage, the next 2 following years, man, we lost 2 children back to back. Right? I went into a really dark place. It wasn't until the successful birth of my daughter Brielle that I felt like I was actually coming out of that place. Right? So during that place, man, and that's why I tell people all the time, like, mental health is so
real.
important. So important.
So important, bro.
Having a strong support system, therapy, counseling,
All that.
having positive, like, outlets where you can go and tap into hobbies or whatever. We have to take care of
We
ourselves.
gotta take care of ourselves.
We
And
got
I
to
miss-
take care of ourselves because I'm no good to nobody else if I don't take care of myself first. And and not being biblical, but when in the Bible where it says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Well, a lot of us don't know how to love ourselves. That's why we out here killing one another. That's why we
Exactly.
out
We
here
don't love ourselves.
scheming, scamming. That's why we out here doing all this stuff to people
Yeah.
because we don't love ourselves. Right? Once you learn how to love yourself and invest that time, invest the energy into yourself, and start growing yourself, then you'll see the worth of somebody else. Right? You realize that, bro, just because I'm black and you black, we men, we walk down the street, we don't know each other. I don't gotta grill you, dog. What's up, dog? What's up? You good? How's everything? I can speak. I can show love, right? Because I don't have to feel like just because society says this is what we do, right? So often, man, you can stare at man, it's so much. I'm not getting into all of that, but
Yeah.
what I will say is, man, that I'll tell that brother to keep striving for the best version of himself and be man enough to do the work, right? It takes a man to step in and to be a father. It takes a man to step in and to be loyal and be committed to one woman. It takes a man to step in to, to be a leader in the community, right? As a man, I'm talking from a man perspective, right? It takes a man to step into those responsibilities and be everything he needs to be in that, And sometimes when you focus your energies on making everybody else's life easier, then you'll see that energy comes back to you that makes your life easier.
Double time, man. All the time, man. It's a
You
beautiful
know what I'm
thing.
saying?
It's a beautiful feeling.
We try to self-preserve when really God is calling us to, like, give that out because He's going to refresh you. He's going to restore you. However He does it, we don't know.
don't
You
know.
have to just trust that if I'm sowing into others' lives, others are going to sow into me, and that's what I try to live by.
All right, definitely, man. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate your story.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate your time. Because
Yeah.
one thing about it, I say this a lot, time is one thing we cannot get back. We can get money back. We can get, friends back from, but we can't get the time back. So
Yeah.
the fact that you lent your time, brother, it means a lot to me.
And I just want to openly thank you, bro, because, like, it's a lot of people in our community who does certain things, and I feel like, for so long, like, I've kind of been like the person, like, nobody kind of considers or thinks about, and I get it, bro.
That's what I was kind of about to ask you, too.
I don't
so
hate. I let people do them.
the perception of you.
The perception.
That's what I was going to ask you, like, because we all got it. Like, I have a big perception of me, and it's so wrong, but I don't care to clear. But let's touch on that. I know we about to end, but the perception, because that's crazy. Because I'm getting it a lot. It's like, well, oh well, he thinks he's hard. He's really not trying to be hard. Oh well, it's the fake gospel saying. It's it's like, so how do like, I know you brush it aside, but
Yeah.
like, does it bother you sometimes?
Nah, don't bother me at all, dog. People gonna think whatever they gonna think, and I allow them to think that because the ones who really know me, the ones who's walking shoulder to shoulder with me, the ones who I'm actually in connection with, they know and they feel what they feel from me. Like I have so many people that come to me like, bro, such about you have to check them. I listen. A lot of times, and when I really believe, like a lot of times, like I don't even fight those battles, dog. People out there do it for me. I don't need to. As a man, I stand on what I stand on. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta impress nobody. I'm not. Who am I trying to impress? Dudes? I got a wife. Females? I got a wife.
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good. I don't need it. I have two best friends, dog, that I've had since I was like in the 6th, 7th grade, dog. To this day. I'm good, bro. I'm not saying that's the only people I got, but I'm just saying, like, if I need somebody to talk to, I got people. I'm good.
I'm just wondering because the city talks and people, it's perception, but it is what it is, man. So definitely, we got to know who Shad Gilliam really is, man. Thank you for dropping by the Who You Are Really podcast, man. I appreciate you. Basically, at this time, I like to get my guests to basically plug away some of their apparel, their endeavors, their handles on social media so people can find you. Because a lot of times people hear about you, and especially this podcast, they're like, oh, I found so much about this guest. Where can I find them?
Yeah.
So let the people know.
Yeah, so for everything 777, man, you can find us on on Instagram, on Facebook, literally SVN, the number 7, VLL. It'll pop up. Email address the same. Just put a brand at the end at gmail.com. For anything artist wise, all of my handles is at I am Shad Gill, SHADGILL at I am Shad Gill. You can find me there. Biggest plug of the night. My album is dropping on Sunday.
On Sunday,
November
people.
21st. Please support.
Where can they find that?
They can find it on every digital streaming platform. Every digital streaming platform. I'm doing a lot of marketing stuff. I got a lot of big things coming up, man. And I'm really excited about this project. I feel like it's anybody who supports me musically, I feel like this is the best version of me musically that has ever been. So I'm really excited about it, and I feel like it's a dope project. And
is Mandate on it?
Mandate is on it.
Okay.
Man, listen, Mandate is my personal favorite track, right?
Gotcha.
But I have so many tracks on there.
Okay.
Dog.
How many tracks are on?
17 tracks.
Oh, you went like that?
Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's 15 tracks and a couple of skits.
And you got some skits.
Yeah, but I got a lot of features on there. I got Wasi on there. Wasi just
shout out
dropped a
Wasi.
dope album.
I definitely got to get Wasi up here. He's been doing things. The boy been traveling overseas and everything, man.
I got Wasi on there.
December's gonna be crazy, but yeah,
I got my boy Grand on there. I got Easy Loco on there.
Easy Loco. Well,
so
I'm working on Easy too.
I got production from Lens Prog, production from Stretch Bino. Production from Track Beats. Mandate is Track Beats and Savage.
Yeah.
They did a collab for the Mandate. So, what I'm saying? Try to keep it local. I got a lot of stuff coming in. I'm just now getting back to this music. So,
so
I'm actually, it's heating up for me.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's heating up for me.
So y'all heard Shad Gill. He dropped through the Who Are You podcast. I want to thank everybody who is listening right now. Y'all know the spill. I usually at the end of the show, I give y'all spill on what handles to follow. But if you listen to this right now, I don't need to say the damn thing. So I'm not going to do it this show. Y'all know what it is. It's a Who Are You Really podcast. Follow, subscribe, wherever you listen to your podcast. Until next time, y'all know what it is. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Peace.
And peace.